time, Dwabitha.
Hi, nice to be chatting to you.
Cool. The first question we have to ask you is, what made you get into photography?
What made me get into photography was just a complete passion for photography. From the moment I was given a camera, I loved the medium, and then when I realised it was something I could do and earn money from, I was completely hooked. For me, it's taking pictures is a way of expressing myself now, and if I don't take pictures, I feel like I'm not operating.
You've gained the hunger for it.
Yeah.
That's it. The next question we have to ask you is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue a career in the photography industry?
Okay, so what I've noticed for people who are successful is they don't give up, they're absolutely determined, they fix on a goal and they go for it. And obviously photography is really competitive, there's a lot of good people. So my advice is be tenacious, be determined, hang on to your passion, and have good ideas, make good personal work, because it's the work that speaks for itself, and if you make good work and get that work out there, then it will be seen and it will be noticed, and then you will be noticed, and then doors will open, and etc.
Exactly.
How do you get experience in the photography industry if you're a beginner?
That is a really difficult question of how you get experience in any industry, but I think these days with social media it's a lot easier to contact people, it's a lot easier to find out who people are. So I think it's about starting a dialogue. You might not necessarily get a response to your first email. Make it light, make it approachable, make it easy for someone to reply. There's nothing wrong with a phone. No one seems to use the phone these days. Why not pick up the phone and call someone, because then you really get them. They can't, it's not as easy to wiggle away. Put the feelers out, try and ask people that you would like to work with, if you can just come and see them for 20 minutes for some advice. That's a good way in. Try every avenue basically.
Cool.
How do you create meaning in your photographs?
That's a good question. How do you create meaning in your photographs? I think you've got to feel the pictures. You've got to feel, like that's what I do. When I go into a situation, I try and imagine what the subject's feeling and what the subject's gone through. And if I can feel it, then that kind of translates in the imagery. So I think be genuine. And the more genuine you are, and the more you feel what you're doing, the more that comes through. Or the more you have a love for what you're doing, the more that comes through in the work.
That's cool. How would you find your own photography style?
So for me, I had to find it just by taking pictures, and I think that's how you find it. For me, I didn't have a natural style. Some people very early on have a voice and a style, but if you don't and you're all over the place, the only way you're going to find that is by shooting pictures. So for me, I did it before digital on an old film camera, and I'd take pictures every day, and then I'd lay them all out. Which ones do I like? And then I'd learn, I like that one. Why do I like that one? Oh, that's because it was shot in nice light. Or, I've got the colours nicely balanced there. So that's what I want to, and then that helps you decide. You shoot, you edit. The editing is important. It's important to be critical of your own work and get others to look at it as well.
Cool.
Which photographers influence you and why?
That's a really good question. I mean, apart from the obvious ones like Diane Arbus and the old classics like Philip Jones Griffiths and reportage photographers like that, I'm influenced by everything I see. And there's a lot of people working today whose work I love, so I follow a lot of photographers. I like to see what people are doing, and I find that inspiring. And then films, I get my inspiration from films and just from life and from people's stories as well. Nan Golding was a huge influence, and that was kind of around the time that I was doing my diary work. So Nan Golding photographed her own life, so that that was a big inspiration for me, and I really love her work. That honesty and that intimacy, I think. So I guess she held it at number one. I would imagine quite a lot of people say her.
Okay.
But then artists like Jenny Saville, and Egon Schiele, and those kind of figurative painters, Stanley Spencer, I love all their kind of paintings, and that's as well.
Well, I'd say
like Renaissance painters, it's for me, it's all about the light, isn't it? The light creates mood.
No, I hear that exactly. From your photography, from what we saw in the lecture, I would say that your photography is pretty raw. It is very honest, as she was trying to reach out for as well. So it's weird that you said that.
That's nice.
definitely.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
that's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's very like personal and it means a lot to you. And I noticed that you shoot a lot of women as well.
Yeah, I think especially in the Middle East, you know, it's that you're getting access to women that you wouldn't get access to if you're a man.
Yeah.
And as a woman, you are then assigned to work on women's issues. And you know, women don't often have a voice, so that's another thing. But I like photographing men too, so it's kind of
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the questions we have for
great,
today.
lovely.
Thank
Thanks very
you.
much.
You're
Good
welcome.
luck.